was born in Rochester, New York. It's like 4 hours from New York City, and I'm the youngest of six. I um, and then when I was six, my parents got divorced, so it split up me and all my siblings. And from age 6 to age 10, my oldest brother molested me. Um, and then we moved to North Carolina when I was 12 years old. Going into from 7th grade going into 8th grade, I was bullied probably every day for the entire school year, just because I wasn't the same as everyone else. I was different. I don't know what was different about me. I was just a different person. So 8th grade, that happened. And then going into high school, I told my mom I didn't want to go to the same high school. I wanted to go somewhere else, anywhere else besides the place that all those kids were going. So 9th grade, I went to a military magnet school, which was 10 times worse probably because everyone there was like, they were there because it was supposed to, their parents thought it was a boot camp, not a place to develop leaders. So then going there, it got even worse because I tried to conform to be someone who was accepted, and I didn't. It wasn't right with me, and I still got bullied because they could tell I wasn't being who I am. When I transferred back, it was still the same kids, so I still got bullied, but I played football then, so then I had kind of some respect. So started playing football sophomore year in high school. Met my best friend, who I hated at the time because I thought he was full of himself. And then, so 10th grade got bullied, and then the school split up, and I stayed at the high school, and all the kids who bullied me went to another school, which worked out for me, but then at the same time, it wasn't really the best thing. So junior year, I was playing football. It was me and my best friend. We became really close that year. We just used to hang out all the time and just chill. And then halfway through junior year, I was talking to a girl, and she broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie. And that was just I guess that was just a tipping point of things in my life. So junior year, got my heart broken, and it wasn't a pleasant time at all because I had started drinking already. I started smoking weed. I was the typical. I lived a double life. On the outside, I always looked happy. On the inside, I was dying, and I was in pain, but I didn't want anyone to know. So I just drank away my pains and smoked away all my worries, so no one would know. So then going into senior year, it was it got really bad. I started drinking probably every day, driving to school, having some type of alcohol in the bottle, and no one would know. Because I got really good at hiding stuff. Senior year of football, I had to pick between football and wrestling. And I picked football because it was more fun. It was with all my friends. So senior year, I was getting recruited by schools. And then they found out that I tore my shoulder up junior year. And they were like, yeah, we'll go another direction. So that was a blow. Because it was wow, I just played football my whole life to try and get to college, and now I can't go to college and play football. That's fantastic. So that just made it worse. Started drinking more. Then I started going to this thing called Young Life. It's it's an outreach organization. And me and my best friend, we decided to go one day because we were we're bored. We don't have anything to do on Monday night. Might as well go. We went the first time. We hated it. But there was a small Asian man. He kept jumping on people's backs, and I wasn't really about that. I was like, whoa, dude, stop, please. But then we went back the next week, and we just fell in love with it. So I used to go to Young Life every Monday and Wednesday. And then there's a thing called Thursday Night Worship in Davidson that I used to go to every Thursday at 10 o'clock. And then while I was going to Young Life and going to worship, I was still drinking, still hiding things from everyone because I didn't want anyone to know anything was wrong. After I finally started doing rehab and everything, my physical therapist, he was like, yeah, dude, you'll probably be able to play college ball if you want to. I was like, all right, that's great. Started getting in touch with college coaches. They were like, yeah, we don't have any money for you, but you can feel free to walk on. So I was like, all right, I'm probably not gonna play football in college. So we get to about late, I want to say late February. We went to a a camp in the mountains called Windy Gap, and it was for Young Life. Like my Young Life leader wouldn't leave me alone. He was like, dude, you gotta go, you gotta go. Like you gotta go. You can't not go. If you don't go, you're gonna wish you went. So I was like, all right, dude, I'll go. I went to Windy Gap, and it was just like I don't even remember the speaker's name, but he was just talking. I mean, like I've never paid so much attention to someone who I didn't know, and just the words he was saying. Like he was talking about Jesus and how he died on the cross for us, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, dude. Yeah. Like my leaders had told me about it earlier in the year, but I just never really paid attention because I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. So on Saturday, like it was a weekend camp, so we went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday night we stayed outside for like 10 minutes, and I was just laying on the ground, didn't really know what to say, because it was like just reflecting on Jesus dying for us, and I was just like, well, Jesus, if you're real, just show me some kind of sign. And that was my first experience with Christ, and he was just like when that happened, I got like instantly warm. It's like in the middle of February, and I'm burning up, sweating. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, Jesus, you're real. Awesome. So we get back, and I fall right back in my old habits, drinking every day. I act like I'm not gonna drink, but then I end up drinking anyway. So then my friend asked me if I wanted to go to spring break with him down to the beach, and went down there. It's Tuesday night. I'm extremely intoxicated. I barely remember that night. Only thing I remember is I ended up on the beach, standing at the edge of the water, and just thinking, I was like, I could walk out here right now and no one would care. Like I could walk into the water and kill myself and no one would care. And then one of my friends, I don't know why he was out there. He showed up next to me and he proceeded to pee. I was like, dude, I'm standing here. He's like, oh, what's up, man? How are you doing? I was like, I'm doing good, man. Why are you peeing next to me? This is kind of awkward. He's like, nah, man, I'm just chilling. I was like, okay. So I started to like walk away. He was like, hey, man, what's wrong? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, nothing's wrong. I'm perfectly fine. He was like, no, you're not okay. I was like, how do you know that? Like, he was like, dude, I just know you're not okay. I was like, so I proceeded to tell him that I was about to kill myself, and he was like, you can't do that. I was like, why not? He was like, cause man, even if no one here cares, Jesus still cares. I was like, how would you even know that you're drunk? He's like, dude, Jesus cares about you regardless. Like, regardless of how messed up your past is, how dirty you are, you're loved and you're worthy of like His love. And I was like, okay, cool. And then like we just proceeded to talk for like hours, and when we were talking, he just put his hands on me, and I started to cry. Like I didn't have anything else to do. I just broke down and cried in the middle of the beach. The next day, I went and bought the ring that I wear all the time as like a symbol to me actually dedicating my life to Christ. And so we get back, and I tell my Young Life leader everything that happened. He was like, hey man, you gotta come to summer camp. And I was like, I can't afford that. Like it's $1,000 to go to a camp for like 10 days. He was like, yeah, we'll raise the money, we'll do that. So I ended up going to summer camp in June. And when we got there, it was just the most beautiful place ever. It was in Colorado. And like literally it was like everything around you just looked so like surreal. It just looked like someone took it like straight off a painting. Like there was no way that it was real. Like I would wake up every morning to like the sunrise coming over the mountains, and it was just beautiful. So throughout the week, I went and I was just like listening to the word, just trying to figure out like, just trying to evaluate everything he was saying. And then Wednesday night we had the opportunity. Wednesday night we had the opportunity to sit outside again, just like at the weekend retreat. And on the porch, right after the club, I just sat outside and was looking up at the sky, and I was just like, Jesus, I don't know what I want to do, but I know that I can't do anything without you. I know that I suck at controlling my own life, and I just want you to take control. I want you to be the one to show me where I want to go. So it was that night on June 27, 2012 that I accepted Jesus Christ. And right afterwards, like, I'm walking back to our cabin, and I just started bawling. Because I see like my friends, and we're just walking back to the cabin all together. It's like a different feeling. We walk in the cabin, I walk up to my Young Life leader, and I just give him a huge hug. This dude's like 5'3", probably, at the most. I just give him this hug, and I'm just like bawling. I told him like, dude, thank you so much for just pursuing me and being like a role model for me. So coming to school, I was like, I want to be able to help another kid experience the joy that I felt after accepting Christ in my life. So I decided to become a young life leader here, and that's where. And then I also felt like I was led to help with something else, like not just young life, but like minister somewhere else. So I decided I would come out here and play football too. So I joined the football team, and since then I've just been trying to live my life for Christ and trying to be a role model for people who are watching, because you never know who's watching you. Basically, I was dirty, drunk, probably one of the worst examples of like a person that you could have. And then God just came into my life, and he was like, I still love you regardless.